Hello everyone, I'm Paul Asadorian with Tenable Network Security. I'm here today to tell you about the Nessus Vulnerability Scanner. I've got a basic outline here that's going to show you why you would want to use the Nessus Vulnerability Scanner. These types of things include our new HTML5 interface and the usability aspects that will provide you, discovering network and local vulnerabilities, performing configuration and compliance auditing, integrating with your patch management systems, auditing your mobile devices that are connecting to your environment, detecting malware and botnet activity on your network and your systems, and of course, defining filters and then creating and exporting reports. First, to tackle the ease of use, we've implemented a new HTML5 web interface. This allows you to use pretty much any web browser on Windows, Linux, or OS X. You can also access this very same interface from your smartphones or your tablets. And the full set of features is available across all platforms. That means you can define new policies, you can initiate new scans, and you can review results from any device that you have. It's a very handy feature. And it comes with a lot of other features built into the HTML5 interface that allow context searching of the menus and so forth. So it's a great interface for using Nessus and wherever you may be. Network and local vulnerabilities. So you can put Nessus on your network. You can define a list of IP addresses, and you can scan a range of IP addresses or individual IP addresses. You can also enter credentials for hosts that you know are on the network, and Nessus will report on local client software vulnerabilities such as Java, such as Adobe Flash, such as Internet Explorer, which is incredibly handy and provides you both aspects of vulnerabilities on your network so you can detect what's available in the network listing on a port and what's installed on the local system that might also be vulnerable. Configuration and compliance auditing. Nessus will, again, using credentials, log into the target system, review the settings on that system, and compare it to a known standard, such as PCI, the CIS benchmarks, SCAP. You can also define your own standards and to put those in a file for Nessus to compare against. So let's say you have a specific way to configure a particular service or piece of software. Nessus will log in, compare the settings that on the system to the settings that you've defined, and report in a compliance summary about the differences. Integrating with patch management. If you don't have credentials to the targets that you're scanning, or for a lot of different reasons credentials may not work or systems may fall off of the domain or what have you, if they're being managed with a patch management system, you can enter credentials for that patch management system. Nessus will then poll that patch management system, pulling down the patch information, and include that in the report. It's a great way to check to make sure that your systems are first patched, and then see what your patch management system thinks about that. It may think that a patch is installed or not, and Nessus can make a nice comparison for you. Auditing mobile device vulnerabilities. If you've got mobile devices that are logging in through Microsoft Exchange or you're using Apple Profile Manager, you can run a regular report within your environment. Nessus will log into either your domain or your Apple Profile Manager. It will pull the information about mobile devices connected to your environment and provide you with a vulnerability summary based on that information. We detect everything from iOS to Android to Windows phones with respects to vulnerabilities. Detecting malware and botnets. So Nessus will log into the system, review the running processes, take a snapshot of those processes, and cross-reference it with a service that is comparing it against almost 25 or more antivirus software packages. So it's going to tell you that if there are running processes on your systems, all of those antivirus engines are compared against it, and it produces the report as you can see here up on the screen. Also, if any of your target IPs or the connections that they have, so if you have credentials and you log in, you can see the connections, are linked to known botnet activity, we cross-reference that with several different blacklists, that is reported on as well. Finally, creating filters and reporting. The flexibility that we give the user to filter your results once your scan has completed, or even while your scan is running, is just tremendous. You can flag all exploitable vulnerabilities that are remote exploits that are between a vulnerability was published between a certain date, as an example. You can also create executive summaries, chapters, and combine different report elements to create customized reports. I'm going to give you a brief demonstration of the Nessus vulnerability scanner. The first thing I'm going to do is log in to the system via the web interface. And it's going to authenticate me. It's going to log me in, and I'm going to be able to first go to the template section here. And in the template section, what this allows me to do is define the targets that I'm going to scan and what policy to use. Nessus has several built-in policies. I'm going to click the New Scan button, enter in a name for my scan, and I'm going to say it's a type of template, which means I can run it over and over and over again. I'm going to say that it's an internal network scan and enter an IP address or range of IP addresses or subnet. In this case, I'm going to enter one IP address, and I'm going to create my template. And my new scan is here, my new scan test, and if I click it and click launch, my scan runs. And you can see I get flipped over to the Scans tab, and my new scan is running. Now I'm going to show you some results that I had previously created. This is what the results look like. I scanned one particular host. You can see in the host summary, click on that and get all of the vulnerabilities. That concludes this demonstration of the Nessus vulnerability scanner. Please visit the links on our resources slide for more information.